Okay, this is part 2, video number 2. I got cut off. I guess it has a maximum deal, but it automatically started recording. So, that's a good thing. Okay, checks out good. So, I guess every 4 gigs it cuts out. Not bad, 30 minutes, 4 gigs. Okay, I got plenty of memory. I definitely got plenty of battery, so I don't know. Let's see here. It is 6:48. So I think I'm gonna go in and get this all set up. Let me grab everything I need. Are they getting ready to start it? I'm recording. I'm seeing if all the council people is gonna show up this time. Because I'm making this public. I'm holding them accountable. Yep, there's council number 4. That's Deanne Weber. So we got one more person to show up. That would be Philip. You don't know how to pronounce his last name, so Philip's going to be the name. Oh, I was wrong. There is the one that threw the biggest fit and treated me like trash. He was pro-mayor, taking over the mayor spot for last month. So that one's Keith Erickson. He's also on the council. Now, Deanne Weber is also on the council. I'm going to hand him his constitutional book back, too, and said he needs it more than I do. So now we're just waiting on Philip. Once Philip shows up, then I'll go in and I'll get this camera set back up. So I don't think I'm going to be able to do all full video all throughout it, but this is the first time it ever actually restart and reset. So if it can do that, I'll just keep an eye on it, make sure it resets, and then, but I'm going to carry it. It's on a tripod, and I'm just going to carry it until, so it'll be a little rough. I'll apologize for that. And then Dean showed up. She's not on the council, but she goes to the meetings. She's all right. Hi. No, you're fine. Okay. I'm gonna be recording the meeting this time. Oh. Okay. It's going to go public. Okay. Oh, did I show you this? So really, what I'm doing is I'm recording you showing up mainly with the council people. But this is the law. So it states all this applies to the city, but the main one is a political subdivision of the state, which is city hall or the sheriff's or anything of the state, may restrict the possession, transportation of firearms or other dangerous weapons in the building or physical structure located on the property under the political subdivision control if adequate arrangements are made by the political subdivision to screen persons for firearms or other dangerous weapons, and the political subdivision provides armed secured personnel, which is Iowa state law, inside the building or physical structure where the restriction is met. So we would have to do it to everybody. Everybody. So I don't think that, and he didn't get hurt either, did he? Last time? Yeah. And I'm gonna bring that up this time. That's okay. I might ask you if he didn't get hurt. Just say yes or no. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, I get it. And then I think I'm gonna hand this back, this book that he gave me. I'm gonna hand that back to Eric so he can look out and get this organized. I mean, I'm not gonna cause no problems, but got that right. I've already talked to the sheriff about it, explained to him all that, and let him know that, hey, you guys just, so this is what they did. They read all the way down here, subject 6, manner, transportation of fire, all that. But they didn't go on. They didn't read the rest of it. Right. So. They have to treat everybody alike. Yeah. So that's why I'm recording. Yep. And I got plenty of adequate battery for this. Okay, all right. Good luck. I think I'm gonna go inside, and I don't know if Philip's here yet. Philip. Oh, I don't know. Pretty much everybody's here except for Philip. Oh, Hi. Okay, here we go, guys. There's only one more person. I'll try not to bump this around, guys.
No, I just came back, take care of some stuff. I have to go back to my mom.
Who are you?
Tracy Sharman.
Okay. You kind of like keep a list of who all attends?
Yep.
Thank you. Couple minutes here. Crime wave. I got 7 PM. I want to thank you all for coming. I will bring to order the regular Clear City Council meeting, August 7th, 2023, 7 PM. We'll start with roll call.
Keith Erickson.
Yep.
Gary Pearson.
Here.
Sue Kupka.
Yep.
Deanne Weber.
Here.
Philip Rea.
With that, I'd like you to join me in pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now to approve the agenda, I got a couple things to add, safety sign. John Sicknick's Model T. And nomination papers. Council have anything else you'd like to add?
I have the sinkholes, at 216 and 218 Second Street.
Report on Vicky's fence.
What was that?
If we got a report on Vicky's fence.
I have a little bit, not much, but.
Okay. I got safety fence, John Sicknick's Model T, nomination papers, pothole to 216 and 217 Second Street, and Vicky's Beaver's fence. With that, I need approval. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we approve the additions to the agenda, safety sign, nomination.
I'll second that.
Motion by Yan, second by Sue to approve the agenda as listed. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any of you disapprove? Motion carried. Now we'll have the minutes of July 5th.
The Clear City Council regular meeting minutes, July 5th, 2023 at 7 PM. The meeting was called to order by Keith Erickson at 7 PM. Council members present were Gary Pearson, Philip Rea, and Deanne Weber. Employees present was Tiffany Lentz. Others present, Linda Pearson, Jane Shetta, Tom Kruger, Michelle Kruger, Jerry Capriva, and Arlene Kraus. Pledge of allegiance was said by all present. Additions to the agenda were Wayne Benson, Arlene Kraus, color printer for city office, Vicky Beaver-Spence, and Tom Kruger. Motion was made by Gary to approve the agenda with the additions, seconded by Deanne. All voted aye, motion was carried. Minutes are read from the June 5th regular meeting. Motion by Deanne, seconded by Gary to accept the minutes as read. All voted aye, motion carried. Library, letter of resignation from the library board member was received from Colette Lebeck. Library received a letter from Judy Capriva stating that she'd be willing to serve as library board member. Motion made by Gary and seconded by Deanne to approve Judy Capriva as library board member. All voted aye, motion carried. Nothing for first responders was reported. Fire department, one call of a grass / bale fire. Water department, per Mayor Tom will be flushing the water hydrants. Limited water usage letter received from Power Shake Water. We'll add a note on next water bill to be sent out this month. Sewer, nothing to report. Maintenance, city maintenance position is still open at this time. Bids were received from Overhead Doors and Christie Door Company. Motion made by Phillips, seconded by Gary to accept the bid from Overhead Doors. Put the doors on the city shed. All voted aye, motion was carried. Cylinder for city plow truck was taken off and repaired, replaced on plow truck, and now is working well. Bennett Egg stated that they will be able to get the city tractor in at the end of July to the first part of August. Hupfeld will be in the city this weekend to look at the ash trees that need to be taken down, and will send a bid for the cost of removal of the trees that are in the worst shape. Streets, there's nothing to report. Garbage, nothing to report. Park, nothing to report. Pets, still having issues with dog chain being too long at 214 Main Street. Clerk, nothing to report. Other items presented to the council. It was approved to allow Tom Kruger to block off a portion of the sidewalk and block off a parking spot for a dumpster in front of the market store front for repairs. Artie Cross has asked to have Main Street from 3rd to 4th Street blocked off on August 4th for Bohemian Plum Festival for band. Also have asked to have Walnut Street closed on August 18th, 19th, and possibly the 20th for a betterment committee. Council agreed to Ardene's request. Ardene Cross asked to have the Main Street from 3rd Street to 4th Street blocked off on August 4th for the Bohemian Blonde Festival. Also asked to have, Wayne has asked that the harassment will stop about the things that he does at his residence, such as the wood that was sitting out in the front of his residence. Council asked that if it were to happen again, just to call the city council, or to call the city clerk and let the city know what was going on, so they were aware as well, and giving them a time frame so when it would be removed from the sidewalk. He also asked that any other harassments that he received from the city's residents to stop. He stated that he's just trying to live his life and not bother anyone. Council agreed that there needs to be a no firearm sign posted at the city office / building. Clerk to order a sign. Sandy for Cloutier asked that Main Street be closed from Front Street to 3rd Street for Cloutier Days on August 5th from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. As for electricity for the band, city to cover liability insurance for the festival. Flyers to be put in the water bills this month. To have the bouncy house at the city park as well as alcohol sales. Council will approve this request. Vicky Beaver's fence needs to be replaced. That was taken down by the city when repairs were being done to the library. Stated Vicky will get estimates to repair the fence and have them sent to the city for replacement of the fence that was taken down. Motion made by Deanne and seconded by Philip to have estimates sent to the city for repairs for Vicky Beaver's fence. All voted aye, motion was carried. Approved bills. Philip made a motion to approve consent and non-consent bills, and seconded by Gary. All voted aye, motion was carried. Meeting adjourned. A motion was made by Philip and seconded by Gary to adjourn the meeting. All voted aye, motion carried. Meeting adjourned at 8:30 p.m. Next regular meeting, Monday, August 7th, 2023 at 7 p.m.
Thank you.
I make a motion to approve the minutes as read.
Motion by Deanne, second by Gary to approve the minutes of July 5th, 2023. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Minutes approved. Library.
Okay, in July we were open 16 days, which is normal. We had 65 people in. We had the new book drop. I mean, it's here. It isn't outside and put together yet, but we will be using it soon. The food pantry out front of the library is kind of slowed down for the summer, and I kind of worry about having stuff out in there anyway because of the heat. You know, the sun is shining directly in there in the afternoon through the glass, and that just worries me. But anyway, we did have the Otter Creek Naturalist, come and give a program about turtles, which was very well received. I had kids standing all the way around the table there watching those turtles. She has another program about hissing cockroaches. And I think I'm going to book that. There's a day in October they aren't having school, and I think I'll book it for that date. One thing that hasn't been, well, this has been going on for quite a while, movies, DVDs, books on CD, they aren't getting used. The public computers aren't getting used, which I'm not saying I blame it on anything, but everybody has a phone and they have all that stuff on their phones. So there's just, I don't know, that stuff I guess is just gonna sit there.
Do
Unless-
computers get used more in the school year for the kids or
No.
not?
You know, people don't come in and ask for stuff to get printed off.
That they do. Yeah. The printer gets used, things like that. It's just the public computers, the two, off on the
Yeah.
tables that don't get used, once in a great while. It's, nothing we can do about it, I
No.
guess.
No,
So
technology is what it is.
it is. So I guess we'll just have them sit there and I'll dust them once in a while. But I just thought I would mention that's, we do have that stuff and it's just not getting used.
Can you give that stuff out of the little pantry there to somebody and we start over fresh again?
Probably. That's a good idea.
If you
Yeah.
can, well, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, it was kind of overstuffed a while back and I did take some stuff out and box it up then too. And it's, inside where it's
Yeah.
cool.
If you got somebody to give it to, why don't you give it to them? You better
Okay,
start over fresh again.
that sounds like a good idea. Thank you.
Did it get used any more than it did earlier there, or was it still kind of slow?
Pardon me?
That cupboard there, was it used pretty good or pretty slow?
Well, since it's supposed to be anonymous, I don't keep a real good eye. All I can tell is by what's in there. And stuff goes out and at one time it was over full and I pulled some stuff out and boxed it and then I just gradually put it back in, But, yeah, stuff gets used.
No, that's good, that's why we put it up.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
First responders, fire department. Quiet. Good.
Good.
I'll flip your, go here to the water.
I got something with water.
Betcha.
Went on another, one call with the, somewhere along the line, the, water lines got replaced with, plastic. No finding it. We've really gotta figure out something, especially for future people that, if you see digging,
But when they put plastic in to make sure it's documented and
or document it and put some kind of metal in there. I mean,
don't they run a wire or something with it?
they're supposed to, and that's what our code says. I looked in the code book, and there's supposed to be metal put inside with it. So we're gonna have to, for future people, and maybe update the code. I understand that a lot of people aren't running. Maybe it's something we can get done before election of updating the code and maybe forcing a $25 inspection fee to go make sure it's done. If there's no metal, there's no finding the water line. No finding the water line, somebody's gonna dig it up and create a problem. I mean, our new detector won't pick up plastic. And the problem is you don't find, I can't find out it's plastic until I actually can get into the basement and see what the meter's hooked to.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes the people aren't home, so if they're not home, I mean, I spend hours out there, just trying to guess, because there's no rhyme or reason to how they run it when they're running the plastic. So what you think may be the line going from the shut-off valve at the street or the curb or the sidewalk or wherever they may be is not necessarily what made sense, you know. And yes, our code book clearly states that there's supposed to be metal laid in with plastic so that we can detect it. But it's not happening. Nobody's putting anything in because nobody's inspecting it before they're buried. So I was thinking that maybe we need to have some kind of inspection fee, that when anybody sees them digging, say, hey, you gotta
Well,
go.
no, to start digging, you'd have to come in and get a permit from the town.
That would work too, just some, I mean,
Let
some,
us know that they are digging.
and anybody that sees them digging, you know, something's gotta be done.
We
Because
discussed that, but we just didn't have the manpower to enforce it, so we kinda just, one of them things you gotta brush to the side.
Well, maybe we could actually write it into the code for future people to be able to enforce it or something, because as it sits right now, the code just clearly says that something has to be put in the hole, where something metallic,
Right.
and maybe it needs to before this council, whoever's leaving, I don't know if anybody's leaving or if that people are, and I've heard that some people might be, but it'd be nice if it could be wrapped up before next election to where for the next group coming in, it wouldn't be a problem, because it is a problem right now.
How long does it take to do an ordinance on average? Linda, you call?
Well, the council has to, you know,
First you have to write it.
we gotta write it, you gotta send it to codification, they reviewed it, they come back with suggestions, and then maybe we have to rewrite it, and then if it's passed with a resolution
And the
with,
cost of doing that?
oh yeah, there isn't
Right.
ever a
Alright.
cost.
Well, I was wishful thinking that, I was just
Well,
hoping, but.
If we did that, we'd update a couple other ordinances too, to make it worth the while, more,
Well, maybe put it in the notes for the water bill, that code.
have you
and
noticed a
please-
lot of digging in town?
I haven't noticed a lot of digging, but I know through the one calls this year, I've ran into probably 5 that have already been done that have just been
Well,
Well, if you know you're gonna do a one call, can't we map it out?
well, we have been keeping track of them, I mean,
Yeah,
at
like
least,
map it out where they're located while they're doing it?
yeah, well, we have
So
been
we
doing
have
that, we
something?
have been keeping up with the ones that,
You can find.
well, we've been marking them that they don't have metal, and kind of, keeping track
just
of
like
it.
my house up there, it's got that real thick black plastic.
Yeah.
I just about bet there's no metal with that. Goes right out my house, nothing.
Yeah, well,
I don't know how you'd be able to detect that.
you don't,
How many places are like that, any idea?
Well, I know, like I said, this last year, I probably came across at least 5 of them. And once again, and that's what you tell the people when they start digging is, there's no way to tell them where it's at. We can't help them.
I think when they dug that water in from on the corner there up to where Linda Fish lives, I think that's all plastic going up there. You know, it wasn't laying out on the street. I don't remember.
Maybe they put mine with it, though,
Well, that's another thing with the other program too, you gotta find out what people have in their house.
For lead.
Is that a plumbing code or is it just a city code?
I would think that would be a national code. I really do.
That-
I could find that out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I mean, water lines are supposed to be marked to
I might know
prevent.
someone that knows about plumbing.
Yeah, ask Van, he should know.
You think?
Anyway, I just wanted to bring that to the attention because it is beginning to be there's a lot more of them out there than I think there.
While we're on water, when we clean up Main Street, we see every one of the water spots. Can't we paint blue for water on the sidewalk? And whenever anybody plows snow, don't go to the curb, because you're gonna hear the cotton picking up.
Who plows snow, there's been plowing snow there for,
They hit every one of them too.
they gotta be all just.
They know they're all that, because we got.
That's just it, marking the sidewalk, how's the plow operator gonna see that with snow?
Well, we're gonna have to make sure we tell whoever's working, do not plow curb to the curb, stay a foot away.
You put away and let the residents do it with a hand shovel.
If they have to. Especially on Main Street.
Especially on Main Street, they were all broke or bent or whatever.
Huh?
They were all bent or broke,
Well,
the caps.
About 2 or 3 is good, that's it.
Yeah,
you know,
Take blue and paint the
Stay off.
spot and paint up on the sidewalk. Thought about that one.
I mean, it just hasn't happened from looking at them is for years
Oh,
and
it's
then
been
that's,
done for a long time.
oh, yeah.
We have to not do that.
Right.
I've got one of them shut-off covers in my garage that I found.
I got two of them at home, please.
You got lead service line inventory here too.
Yeah.
Mark on that agenda.
No, Mark, we got that.
That's
Just
just
for the
something-
record, I have not came across any lead water lines changing out meters.
You haven't.
I have not came across a single one. So far, everything's been either copper packs or old galvanized pipe, but no lead.
Well, Mark said he was pretty sure of. But you just can't go by putting from memory. He's pretty sure he don't think there's any lead in town.
Yeah, it's gonna be, the lead would have probably failed by now. I can't say that there's not a fitting or two left here or there, but the majority of the lead, I don't think would have made it this long.
Water tower maintenance shed. I take it there needs to be some work up there.
Mark put it and said something about.
Yeah, what we call Corey and Dulcel.
What they gotta do to it.
I guess there's some, base, up and down, little bit coming off.
Well, have the power man come to the council meeting and tell us about this stuff.
We need some propane heaters.
What's that, Gary?
Gary,
Yeah, it looks like he needs propane heaters, doesn't it?
Well, you got a list here what he needs?
Just stay right there, maintenance. Department. I thought that's what he was talking about.
You need it for city maintenance shed for cold days.
Oh,
Has it been heated before?
What's that?
Has it been heated?
I think there was heaters, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's got to be froze up.
For the maintenance shed?
Yeah.
they were talking about Mark's
Water
shed.
tower though.
Water tower.
Water tower,
We got it for the maintenance shed, right here, what it says, and we don't need it for the maintenance shed.
water tower shed maintenance. Yeah, but on the next page, we're under maintenance.
Yeah,
building, it
that's right.
says,
Maintenance department.
oh, propane heaters for city maintenance shed, that,
Yeah,
the city,
we don't need it for that.
no.
It's not insulated.